Welcome back, YouTube. So in today's video, we have a very important technical analysis breakdown. It's one of the most requested topics to go over. So I'm going to finish the year with this. It probably won't be my last video for the year, but I wanted to make sure that I got this out before the end of the year. And that is, what is Dogecoin's actual breakdown as far as for bottom numbers compared to Bitcoin if Bitcoin is in fact not done consolidating? Now, you know that if you've been following my channel, we've been talking about this for quite some time, that technically the historical range is around an 85% correction from its all-time high. Now, most of the crypto market has declined at a faster pace than Bitcoin for obvious reasons. Bitcoin has the highest injection of institutional money. It has the highest injection of support via mainstream. So it's going to be it didn't necessarily consolidate slowly, but not at the same rate and the same time frame as a lot of the other cryptos. So, and Bitcoin, in fact, is still not near that 85% range. So we're going to go over the math behind the breakdowns. Yesterday, I showed where Dogecoin was supporting compared to Bitcoin as far as for like its current trough areas. And in that regard, Dogecoin is actually holding up better. And of course, we got a slight breakdown, but today we're going to go a little deeper and go into the math and work through the percentages. So hang on for that. So as of right now, we have the math around 16,000, well, at least Bitcoin's price is around 16,532. Now I worked these numbers a few minutes ago, so they may slightly be off as price bounces around, but they should be close for the purpose of this video. So Dogecoin is around 681, right? So we just got the breakdown through the first level of our consolidation area. And this is obviously a gap, so we can technically fill at around 5.9. So Bitcoin's all-time high price, this is where this kind of comes into play, since we're comparing this to Bitcoin's descend, basically. So if you take the comparison, and you guys can run your own numbers and go from around, before we had the major breakdown, I used April 22nd for both Bitcoin and Dogecoin to come up with these numbers. And you can kind of use that before we had the kind of like that last steep leg down. Bitcoin was around 39,000 then, and Dogecoin was around 16 cent, right? So from 16 cent to the current prices, and from 39,000 to the current prices of Bitcoin, we're looking at roughly a 42% decline for Bitcoin and a 47% decline for Dogecoin, right? And Bitcoin all-time highest price was 68,789.63. So if we look at the full 85% correction, that's going to put Bitcoin at around $10,318.45. So if we do that math and we say that, okay, well, we have proof that the consolidation of Bitcoin and Dogecoin was relatively close the last time on that last leg down, and we assume that it's going to be close if Bitcoin consolidates the full the full 85%, then we can say, okay, that time frame is going to give us another idea as far as for how Doge can break down even further. So the math behind that is saying that, okay, well, that means that we're going to have another 38%, 40% fall for Dogecoin compared to the price of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is about 40%, well, 38% exactly from that full, 38% fall from its current price, from that full 85% correction from its all-time high. So if we say, okay, let's calculate that for Dogecoin's price, 40%, that's going to put us at around 2.5 cents lower than where we are right now for Doge. So, in fact, let me go back to Doge. Right. And the best part about this is that 2.5% correction is nothing that we technically haven't seen before. And really, in this breakdown, the only reason we got this spike here, this is the Elon purchasing Twitter spike. So the reason we got that spike here that came out of the trough anyway from this 596 is because of the Elon purchase. So if we are seeing this is the tip of the iceberg. This is going into 2023. If Bitcoin is going to consolidate that extra 38%, and let's just say I gave Doge an extra 2% because we slightly consolidated more on the last turn, that's going to put us at around 4 cents, right? And that is, we had these flash crashes down here at around like 4.9 and 4.8. Now, do I think that we're going to stay there for long? I do not, because the momentum from that really got us a great pump here, almost like the 6. We pretty much gained that 2.5 cent back. And I feel the same. I feel that would kind of be the case for Bitcoin as well. I don't believe that's something that we're going to see Bitcoin hanging out at around 10 grand. I don't think we're going to see Doge hanging out at around 4 cents. I think that's just kind of going to be just the range of expectation depending on volume and buying pressure, because that's one thing you have to look at as well is volume and buying pressure is relatively low in both of them. And we can see shorts. I posted in Twitter and on my community section here for Doge today to kind of go over just the strength of shorts right now. So this is the Elon Twitter purchase, right? This is us at 16 cents roughly when we had that spike up. And this is how much short pressure we had. We got a rejection from around like 10 million, but we closed at around 9.7 million. This is us at 6 cents, 7.7 million. So the pressure that we're seeing to push this coin down is actually pretty great. So even again, that's not necessarily the price points that we're seeing now is not completely necessarily attached to the retail sentiment, but just know that they are in fact trying to keep price down or take advantage of the low volume, because there isn't a lot of volume in either direction to push it up. So it's not like they're suppressing volume, but just don't underestimate their ability to hijack the price of the coin, because there isn't that volume there to kind of push back against the short. So just kind of keep that in mind going forward. So just a brief recap, if we do consolidate full 85% for Bitcoin, that's going to put us at around like 10,000, $300 roughly. And that'll pretty much knock off, if we're still in trend with Bitcoin, that'll knock off another 2.5 cents for Dogecoin. But last time we were at these levels for Doge, at least, there was a flash crash and we got the rally back up. And I don't anticipate Bitcoin sitting at 10 grand for a while either. So, and that's despite, I'm not saying that it'll consolidate or just double back up to like 20K, but I think that this will be, for people who are using, even if they're using like Fibonacci or just simply going off of past trends, I think that'll be a major buy signal for a lot of investors for Dogecoin and for Bitcoin. So just kind of keep that in mind going forward. So those are the numbers as far as for like the actual math behind the breakdown at the bottom numbers. I believe that we can see based off of the current data that we have for Bitcoin and for Doge. Let me know what you think, and if you would plan to buy either of those coins in those ranges. I'd love to hear from you. Check out some more of my videos. The last video, I kind of went over where we are right now as far as in the trough and breaking down the consolidation points. So you can check that out in the previous video. Like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel. Check out Moomoo in the description section. Get 15 free stocks. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to be hovering over this for the last couple of days just to kind of see where we close the year at, because this is going to go over into my year-over-year analogy for opening up next year. So I'll be responding to as many of you as I can in the comments. So appreciate all of you. Like this video, share it with a friend, and I will see you in the next one.